Hello everyone. We have few people waiting. We're gonna wait a few more minutes to get started, but hello. Welcome to Ask Codi 101. So it's recording as well. Okay. Okay, let's get started then. Hello everyone. I'm Shreyans, one of the co-founders of Ask Codi. This is a regular Ask Codi 101 session, which we are planning to do every Wednesday. So this is where we want to showcase to the new users how to use the best out of Ask Codi, and if there's any new updates in Ask Codi, this is also where we would be announcing them. So this is gonna be a more regular. We just want to get regular with updates and showcasing what can be done, even showcasing some really cool examples that we find during the week. This is going to be a forum to do that, and this is sort of replacing our daily office hours. So if you guys have anything that you want to talk to us about, or would you like to ask us anything if related to the founders or to the Ask Cody, this is a great forum to do that. Our moderators are monitoring the chat, so again, if you have anything that you would like to ask, I might not address them right away, but I'll be getting to them. So if you have something to ask or an example to go through, just write it in the chat, and I should get to it. So for any new users here, this is the Ask Codi screen that shows up once you are live or once you are in the app. And for existing users, this is exactly it. There are some changes for some exacting for on the existing users. I'll get to it. I think I disturbed Cody right now, but yeah. So just to go quickly over the UI of the homepage. So this is basically where you can find all the links to our website. There are 4 products which we have: our code spaces, our sandbox, our apps, and our integrations. We have resources, which is basically the documentation of how to use Ask Codi. We keep updating it as to how to use it, what to use, and we have documentation for sandbox, all our integrations, how to install them, how to reset password, and other stuff. We keep adding them, so you might see new ones popping up all the time, so do check it out whenever you can. Then we have our change log. This is where we announce all the things that's coming to Ask Codi, any changes, any new updates, any bug fixes. This is where you're gonna be seeing them. You also see a pop-up when you come online. If you haven't seen it, it'll be visible to you. Since I've already seen it, it won't show up for me. But yeah, so this is for change logs. You can see what's added, what's new, and what's gonna be coming up. Then we have our blog. We are adding more blogs as we go. This is gonna include comparisons, some even code guides, and a mixture of all. We'll be sorting it out as we go. And we have our favorite feature at the moment, which is our resources. So these are resource lists which we are curating, and these are links to some amazing GitHub repositories, some blogs, some online resources that we find, and we're gonna be again updating this quite regularly. We have currently resource list for Python, React, Next.js, Java, and Go, and this is an ever expanding list, so we keep adding more resources as we find them and as we can curate more. So this is for resources. Then we have our activate LLM page. This is the Codi model management page where you can activate or even set as default some models, and this will make sure that this model comes up whenever there's a generation. We have our shop where you can buy more credits, LLM tokens, even upgrade to a subscription. And then you can see your AI credits here. It shows you both your monthly recurring credits and your non-expiry credits. So if your plan has monthly recurring credits, this is where you can see them in. So how many monthly credits do you have and how many non-expiry? The non-expiry credits are the ones that you buy in shop or you win as reward in loyalty programs or like the checklist that we have on our homepage. Then you have the LLM tokens, which is to activate your LLMs, as in seen in the activate LLM tokens page. These are one-time tokens; they don't renew. So if you take a plan, you get it. You can activate all your models, but it doesn't renew next month. So if we add new models, there would be a grace period where you can come online and activate it for free, but otherwise you need to either get these LLM tokens or buy them in the shop. Okay, looks like 1 second I will connect my charger. Okay, so I was then we have our support page. This is where you can reach out to Ask Codi support if there's any issues with Ask Codi, any problems. Our support is quite active. We usually reply within a day and you have a solution there. This is again to go to dark mode. We do see some places where dark mode might be a little off. Please point it out to us and we'll fix it right away. And then last is for the settings page. This is the settings page where you can update your preferences, invite others. If you're on AppSumo plan, you can also invite others. And then you have preferences where you can set languages. So if you know that you are only going to be working with Python or Angular or JS or Perl or something, you can create your language. But since I'm doing the demo and I want to show all of it, and this is the one, you can also edit your preferences, email preferences. Make sure you have at least, so the update email is on by default. This is for showing up any emails, but yeah, we send out some amazing deals even and some amazing resources. We keep updating about the website, so if you can, do update your other preferences as well. Okay, now going to the main course screen. This is sort of an onboarding checklist. This sort of helps you to get used to the app, and you also get free credits, which is a bonus anyway. So activate a model, define your own language list, use an app one time. So these are things that only helps you to get used to the Codi screen and UI. So definitely go through it. This is a Codi bot. We are developing it. It's a 3D bot. If you click on it, it takes its arms up. Something fun that we're doing. Then we have our 3 core offerings, which is our Codi apps, sandbox, and code spaces. We also have Codi integrations. This is something that I want to highlight. Please join the GitHub community if you have not done it already. This is basically where it's a live community where we put out updates as soon as they go up. People report issues, suggest features, and now we are introducing the community challenges. This would be, right now the challenges are every Saturday. We give it a challenge that you need to complete within 24 hours, and lucky winner, like this time what we are offering is a free month of Ask Codi Ultimate. But yeah, again, this is for this one. This week we also do live sessions every Wednesday, like this one, where we would be again going through the Ask Codi page, going through examples, and if anything new, that's where we will be showcasing it. Okay, so this is a very quick general overview of the Ask Codi UI. Let's go try out some apps. I think that's a good natural place to start. So this is the app UI, where on the left side you can see all the apps for quick switch, and on the right side you can see all your history. If you have generated something, it will already, if you click on it, it goes. And as you can see, it's a chat screen, so you can not just use the app to generate the first thing, but also ask follow-up questions. Let's just start new. Okay, so let's define a language first. So in the generator screen, you can add an image, or you can add code blocks. This is there for formatting, so I will show you how that makes a difference very soon. You can select one of your models. Since I had made Claude 3.5 Sonnet my default, it's already selected. And the language I'm gonna be working for this example is going to be Python 3. So let's see what code generator can do. So usually you would go in and describe something as you would usually do, as you would describe to a coworker, and you don't need to use all the prompt engineering methods that you would use for a model. Since we support a lot of models, we do that optimization part in the backend. So you don't need to go and do it yourself. You can just be like, okay, give me a simple banking app where users can check their accounts and even send money. So I'm doing a simple banking app and I want to use Python for this, and then let's go. So when you press go, you see this rotation. This is the status symbol. This tells you that it's running. You can also stop this by using the same button. So this would stop the generation where it is exactly, since I want it to complete. Actually, I will stop this so that I can show you the next example, next thing as well. When you stop this, first of all, you can see in the output, it gives you a little bit of explanation, and then the code is organized. You can have a copy thing for the entire copy or just the code. So you can place copy two things. Then once the generation is complete, you see this continue button, and what this lets you do is start writing completion exactly where it started off from. Here's the complete code. Okay, it's completing it again. Yeah, it might happen that sometime it gets a little. So this is what it's doing it, and this is code generation. You can ask follow-up questions. So break this into smaller files, more manageable. Yeah, so I just want it to be more into smaller files, more manageable chunks, and this is what it meant by follow up. So now, since it already has the information of what it went through, it can just generate the rest of the code into smaller files, that chunks we want, and it makes it more manageable. This is what it helps with when you say follow-up questions. Okay, I see this is still generating, and then we have a main.py. Okay, as you see, this gave me a very well compiled, very well code. Okay, so why do we have all the apps on the left side? This is more to allow you to switch quicker between apps, but also this thing. So like, let's say I'm going to copy this bank.py, and then I want to go to code reviewer. This is one of the apps that I'm also recently using a lot, and I'm going to show you what this code option does for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, I'm going to add code here, and then I'm going to paste the code here, and then I'm going to send. So what this does, it makes it very clean. It shows the clean UI, and then it starts the code review. So it shows you the strengths, which is basically clear, concise, and then it shows you areas for improvement, what can be improved in terms of security, in terms of logging, doc strings. It gives you all possible options, and then it also gives you the suggestion for the code itself, which is like, okay, what needs to be generated, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be added, so that sort of stuff. So this is what the advantage of having all the apps on your left side is. You can just very quickly switch between apps. So let's take this code this time, and then let's say I want to go to unit test writer. So I have a code function right now for bang.py. I generated it, I reviewed it, made all the small changes that it suggested. This time I'm not going to use the code block to just show you what happens when you don't use the code block. And now I want to write unit test for this thing. Yeah, so when I do unit test this time, it's generating the unit test for me. Assert, and yep. So exactly, now in literally three clicks and 3 steps, we went from code generator to code reviewer to unit test writer, and now we have tests written for our file. And now so this is the test written, and this is what you're getting when you don't use the code block. So like you can see, it's not well idented. There are some non-formatting issues which would not happen if you use the code block, and this literally does this even easier. Now let's say we go back to our original code generator. Let's go to code generator, simple banking app. Now again, I have the code generator app, I have the bank.py. Since I already generated the test code for it, I will generate the documentation for it. That would be code documentation. So pasting the file and then pressing enter again, and this time it gave me the documentation for it. So in literally 4 clicks, we generated a bank application with documentation, unit tests, and a review of the code itself. So if sometimes you believe that the code is not correct, or it might be generating garbage code or something, so this is the best place to do it, where you can quickly go through different apps and see. Now let's say you run into an error. Okay, again, just to clarify this once more, if you have any questions, please leave them in chat, and I'll go through the questions after certain segments. So if there are questions after applications, before moving to sandbox, I'll answer any questions for code apps. Any questions, or if you want to see certain examples, this would be the best time to do it. Just write them there and then I'll check it out. Okay. To show you some of the other apps right now that I've been using a lot, there are some bug detector. So this is very cool. Let's see, I have this code right now with me. In divide, I'm gonna use the code block again to keep the formatting. I have the code block. I'm gonna go with Sonnet. This is time, it's a C code, so I just changed the language very quickly, and I want to detect if there is any bugs in this. So this is preemptive before even running. If I was just want to check if any bug issues, so division by 0 is a big issue that can happen here, and that's what it pointed out. Truncation, so if it's not an int, if it's a double value that's coming and it's considering it as int, it might remove the decimal value. So bug detector is definitely a good place to be checking for bugs if you think there is some issue and it's not clear. Sometimes the error messages are so ambiguous that you're not clear where the error lies. So bug detector is a great place. Just paste your code and ask like, hey, what can be wrong here. So let's see if this is an actual error code, because b can be 0 and division by 0 handling. So let's paste this code into error explainer maybe. Okay, so let's check out error explainer. This is an app when you have already gotten an error and it's clearly you just want to figure out what it means. So let's say I have this error called index out of range, and this is for I think Python 3. I want to check what does it actually means. Sometimes if you have the code, it also helps to paste in the code. It will also suggest the fix for it, and yeah. But if you just want to understand what this error means, what this error leads to, or where it can happen, code explainer. Did I do it in code explainer? I did it in code explainer, but you should do it in error explainer. I think it would give you the same thing in this case, because I didn't explain too much things in there. But yeah, put it in error explainer. Just go through index list out of error, and it gives you potential solutions to avoid this error as well. And this is great when you're starting out learning and you see multiple error messages. This is a very good thing that you might want to go out and try to do it. So there are a lot more apps that are available, and we keep optimizing them to work the best as they are. There's a nice one called library finder. So if let's say I'm looking for a data visualization library in Python, and this is where the language helps. You can also specify it in the thing, but if it's already set like B, this is good. It gives me all the possible options that I can go for a certain function, and this is really nice when you want to compare your options. Like I knew matplotlib was a good one, but if I just want to check out what's out there, I didn't even know other libraries like Bouquet or Altair. So again, a very cool and useful app, either when you are starting a project, when you're learning. So again, this is very good. I see I don't have any chat messages, no questions for Codi apps, so I'm just okay, I'll wait for it. second. Okay, no questions for apps. I'm gonna go to Sandbox. This is the application that I've been using. Insane, like I've been using it a lot. This is so good, and I've been using this to also build out Ask Codi, another application that I've been working on. So just I'm going to show you how to use this. Similar generate box since apps. You can again select the model, but this time instead of selecting all the languages, you can select one of the frameworks, which is React, Vue, Angular, Svelte, and Static. Static is basically HTML, CSS, JS, and then you can choose styling, which is gonna be Tailwind, Bootstrap, CSS, Material UI. We are actively developing other frameworks. We want to add ShadeCN, maybe even other ones. I think Nextra might be also nice, but yeah, Chakra UI. We are continuously developing, and we'll be adding them more. Okay, so I want to do a Halloween offer dialog box. Users can leave email to receive the promo code. Receive the promo code. Okay, go next. I think I spelled receive wrong, but that's okay. Yeah, as you can see, it starts generating the files, and it generates in a very component way format. So it generates into smaller files rather than writing one big file. This helps me take whatever I just need to my project and not the entire thing. If you want to generate entire code files, that's also fine. That also works really well. For me, I was doing React Tailwind. So let's just check out the code. Yeah, this is again Tailwind CSS, and yeah, so I have the files. I think it's just completing the generation. As you can remember with the LLMs, you get a little bit of description before and after. So even after generating the files, it takes a little while to complete the generation. I would recommend you to let it complete. Again, we keep updating the applications to so that we can reduce the time latency and everything, and that's what we're working on. Hopefully this is something we can solve very soon. Yeah, so we have a Halloween special offer pop-up created. Enter your email to receive a spooky code promo code. So, and this is a very Halloween theme, and this is something I can use. And then this is the promo code dialog, and this is the Halloween offer. Yeah, so now if I want to add this to Ask Codi, I can just pick it up and add the component or add the file that I just need instead of taking the whole project. Sometimes it might happen that this might require a library or a package to install, and this is where you can do it. So we have a package manager for the sandbox. This is where you can add packages. So let's say I wanted to I'll do this after this. So I want when the user submits the form on success, use React Confetti. So I know that this is a React confetti library which is used to showcase confetti on the screen, and again, this is to showcase you how you can also ask follow-up questions. So just write what you need to write. Select your default model, which is gonna be 3.5 Sonnet for me, and press next again. This time it's gonna update the files that it needs to update, and it's telling you that you need the React confetti library to run this, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna show up as an error and how we can also fix it. We have the promo code dialog. Again, it's going through all the files and making all the necessary updates that it needs to do. Yeah, I have all the changes. I'm gonna stop this and see if this works. Yeah, okay. So this time, as you can see, when the generation is complete, I know all the files are complete. I stopped it, and that also makes it render your code. It sees that it's missing a library, which is React Confetti. So what you need to do is just copy paste it here and paste it. And what this does, it adds the React confetti library to you. So I'm gonna write abc@abc.com and I'm gonna submit this, and that's what it did. So it generated confetti and it's pouring the confetti over my pop-up. And as you can see, it was so clever and it understood it in a way that it even generated the confetti in a Halloween theme. It was so good. Let's check it out again. So this is the confetti and it's very orange and black rather than the traditional red, blue, green confetti that you usually get. So yeah, it understands what you want it to do and generate and stuff. So again, like, generate an initial component, use one of the stronger models if you have access to it. So Sonnet 3.5, GPT 4.0, something like that. And then you can even ask follow-up questions using a smaller model. So like, let's say I have unlimited access to base model, then at least the follow-up, I can use the base model to do it. And for packages, just use the package manager. If you get that error, add the package manager to there. Sometimes you might get some error on the code itself, and then you can just fix it yourself if you have idea, or you can just paste the error itself in here. So wait, let me buy purposefully. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the use state thingy. So now you can see use state is not defined. The next thing I want to showcase is this save button. So whenever you make manual changes to your code, and you can do multiple changes across multiple files, and once you're done with all the changes, you can save it. So now what happens is this code is saved to your files, and every time you open this project again, it's going to show this. I made this mistake to show you how you can also put in errors into your thing and just generate. So now it's going to fix the error that it found, and this is only in cases if you don't know how to fix it. So it went in, it added the use state that was missing and the error, which I manually did it, but again, this is in cases if you generally get it. And yeah, it generates the files for you all over again, and we have it. I'm gonna stop this again. So yeah, again we have this and it's working again. So if you get any error, there are two kinds of error you can get. You can get error in the code itself, which you can fix by asking Codi to fix it, or you get a package manager error, and which you can fix by generally adding the package manager. If you make any custom changes to the file itself, so like let's say I'm gonna remove this comment statement, then you get the save button which saves the file. So again, like, let's go back. If I go to my recent files, I want to open the Halloween offer, and I see the changes are saved. I remove the comments and it's saved. So this is how you use the Codi sandbox. It's quite powerful in terms of it understands what you want to do, and it can generate a lot of different components and stuff for your code. Even you can generate entire home pages. I'm gonna do a landing page for lunchbox service, and then press. While this generates, maybe I see there's a question possible to autosave. We wanted to go with autosave, but the problem with this is with every change, it renders the code, and it's sometimes when you autosave, if it's a lot of changes you make in one go, we want you to make all the changes in one go and then save it rather than saving every time, because that can lead to a lot of possible re-renders and make your system heavy and everything, which I think doesn't make sense anyway. But yeah, it is possible to autosave. It's just that we avoided doing it if you have multiple changes to make, and make it just a manual save button. Great question. So this time we are generating a landing page for a lunch service. Again, I'm not going towards Lunchable versus Lunchly, but this is a landing page service that we have. It's generating the header file, the hero section, the features, and the pricing. Again, it didn't generate a very long, generates a very instead of generating one long landing page, excuse me, Yeah, so instead of generating one long file, we have smaller components, much easier to manage and much easier to even make edits for. And this is generating a big one. Okay, we also have testimonials for our landing page, which is really nice. What our customers say, grid calls. I'll just give it a minute to finish generating. Using okay, inactivity for 30 seconds and it auto saves. That's actually a pretty good idea. We could use it that way, where if you have made a change and then it's inactive for a certain amount of time, then you just save it, which is, yeah. This was just done in a way so that you can make multiple changes and save, but again, we could add some delay and save it. This is something we can definitely implement into future iterations. Okay, I think we are still waiting for some code blocks. Okay, we are waiting for testimonials and footer since it's in the app. Yeah, generally it's when it's doing a longer generation, you can see it at the later stages, it gets very chunky and it takes a little time to start generating again. It stopped. This is interesting. So what I'm going to do in this case is, just to showcase what it did, I'm going to hide these two files and I'm going to remove these as well, and yum bum. So with all the changes that we made, we have a home page, delicious lunch boxes delivered to you. So if you see, again, if it's an LLM, it might throw errors. It's a very probabilistic machine, so it keeps making errors, and if it does, just either go and fix it yourself or even add it. And the best follow-up question to this would be to add a testimonial and footer, and then it would add just those files. So that's a good way to do it as well. That's Codi Sandbox for us. If you have any questions or if you would like to see any examples for Codi Sandbox, please add that into the chat. I'll just wait a minute to get any questions in. Okay. So I say we do not have any questions for now. If you have, do it, add them to the chat and I'll get to them by the end of this. Code spaces, this is what's new and it's only rolled out to paid users at the moment, but it's going to come out too soon to everyone. So for this example, I'm going to start with a template. It's a React template. Let's start with a React template. I'm going to be Ask Codi demo. That's the project name, and it creates one and it's processing at the moment. And usually yeah, so as you can see, if you refresh, it gives you the next status, which is indexing at this point. And then I'm gonna refresh again just once more, and now it's ready. So let's just go into Ask Codi demo again. So if your files are indexed and put into place, it's going to be visible like this. On the left side, you can see the file system. So basically it's a source folder where you can see all the files. You can open them. It opens up just like an editor. That's what we are going towards. Then we have a readme file. You can also close them. What's happening here? Okay. And then also you can create new files, folder, upload file, upload folder, exactly how you would do it. In case of the file system, when you make changes, we have the rename and delete, but we also have the save button. It's exactly as the same. And if you make changes, goes back. The main feature that's available in Codi, in code spaces right now, is the chat. This is more like a search for your code files, or if you want to talk to your code file itself. So like, let's say app.js, add a h1 tag, h1 header to this file, and you go next. It's exactly when you're talking to the file itself, so it sends the file and then it talks to it, and then you have the code. So if you want to make changes to your code file, this is a place to do it. The more important use case for this is talking to your file. So let's say I want to check out the readme file. This is very evident, I could have literally clicked on it, but I wanted to show you the search for files. So it goes to the files. It got everything except the readme file, which is very interesting. It's again in beta, we are updating and improving system, but yeah. So let's do maybe what am I learning in this project. You can talk at a project level, which is going to be the Ask Codi demo, or you can talk at a subfolder level, which is the source files. And when you say something like what am I learning in this project, it retrieves certain files and then it gives you the answers. The REG of it, again, this is very beta right now and we are updating every bit of it, but this is to mainly weed out all the errors that we could see in code spaces. If you could go back, yeah, this is history. Code spaces, if you're a paid user, you have access to this. Try this out. If you can fix, think of any bugs, reach out to us, and we regularly roll out updates, any fixes. Major updates that are coming to code spaces in the coming weeks is gonna be the GitHub sync. As you can see with code spaces, you can import your GitHub files, and we want it to be the case where you make changes into your code spaces and also sync with GitHub right away. You don't have to download or make manual updates. So that's a major priority for us right now, where we can let you interact with GitHub from our code spaces directly. And the next thing that's coming is all the Codi apps into the sidebar itself. We want you to be able to directly talk to your files, review your files, document your files. The whole purpose of code spaces is to bring agentic actions, where the moment you open a file, you can already document it, you can already see it, and that's our major workthrough that I want to work with. It's still a little buggy, we do know that, and we are continuously fixing it, but this is also to get an idea as to how you guys would use it. So it's very important that you reach out to us and explain what are use cases, what do you want to use it with, if you want to suggest features, if you want to discuss code spaces. GitHub is not GitHub, Discord is an awesome place to do it. Join our community and have a discussion around code spaces as to what you would like to see in that and what direction are you looking to use it for. Some users have already suggested maybe running the code itself, a terminal kind of setup, and GitHub download files, apps itself. We wanted to go more towards Grammarly style work, where once you have connect your code bases, you can work through it, you can review your code, you can even detect bugs. So all the cool apps that we have in our Codi apps, we want to bring it to code spaces. That's the direction that we are going with in code spaces. It's still very buggy, that's why it's beta again, but if you have access to it, I would highly recommend you to use it, see what kind of errors you can find, what kind of mistakes you can see. The final thing that I want to point out is integrations. So you can also use Ask Codi in your favorite IDE. Okay, before we go into integrations, I want a little bit of time to ask questions and answer questions. If you have any questions related to code spaces, please ask them in chat. I see we have a question related to Sandbox. Okay, let's very quickly go to Sandbox. So let's see, we have this so I created this screen of joining a team or create a team before, and the user wants to say, how do I fix styling? So again, you can, for fixing styling, this is again, you can use Codi to fix it, or you can go in manually. So let's say if you, I think there's a scroll bar here, and if you wanted to fix, or let's say, let's go back to team dashboard, and so like you can go manually fix it and it would render it live, so you can see the changes and everything, and you can save it as well. Or you can ask Codi to do it. So give me both light and dark mode. So what this would do is basically also fix the styling for you. So in most cases, if you can't do it yourself manually, if it's a very big major change, ask Codi to override it and it will write all the files for you while fixing it. This time I literally asked it to add dark mode to it, which is a big change, and it'll go through all the files and adjust all the files where it needs to update. So styling fix is basically do it yourself or ask Codi to do it. As simple as that. You can even add your own style files. In our previous live sessions, we got a suggestion to create style profiles, which would be something that you can attach to a generation, and then you would get components in that format. That's something that is in active development, and we should hope to see it out soon. But yeah, as you can see, it had no changes to make in styles or theme context, so it skipped them and it just created a new file, which is theme toggle, which is to switch between dark and light mode. Yeah, let's just let it complete. It went to styles.css again after that, and it added a light mode scroll bar. So for styling fix, just go ask the question for a follow-up question and it would generate it for you. That's the best way to do it and the most safest way to do it, because sometimes you might miss points somewhere. So again, great way to fix is by asking follow-up questions. That's how you fix styling. I would let it generate and complete so that we can see. But meanwhile, if you have any questions related to code spaces, this would be the right time to do it. As we have limited number of code spaces, can we release or delete the already unused project in code spaces? Yes, that is something we are allowing at this point. Again, this is a very evolving thing that we are doing. So currently, so what's with code spaces and pricing is because code spaces requires space on the domain, and it requires bandwidth to communicate. And eventually, if you want to add terminal, that would require execution time and machine time and everything. So for now, the limitation is the number of concurrent projects you have active right now, and if you remove a file, remove a code space, you get that code space back and then you can add more. So for now, yes, you can release, delete and add it. I can't promise something in future. If there's a feature that we'll release that requires a lot of resources, then it might be limited, and then you can just add or buy more. We'll add an option to add or buy more. Like you said, this added a dark mode to sandbox. To go back to the previous question, since it completed generation, this is how you can fix styling. If you want to make any changes for the styling itself, just ask Codi and it'll do it. As for code spaces, I already answered. You can get, so right now the plan contains a limited number of projects, but you can remove older projects to get that back and then keep it. We might keep it in a similar way as this, so that, yeah, it's just about active projects. Okay. AI credits is similar to how it uses across the platform. So it depends on the model and not on the application or which place it is. So based on your model and your plan, it uses credits. Yeah, that's code spaces. Any more questions? That's going to be sort of an exit into my demo of Ask Codi. I'm going to keep the forum open for questions. If you have any questions for the current UI, the use case, or if you have any questions for me as a founder as to some directions that we're going, this is a good time to ask questions. While we wait for the questions, I just want to point it out again. We have a challenge Saturday coming up on our Discord. By clicking on this, you can join the challenge. You can come to our Discord. Just verify your account when you get into Discord to get access to other channels as well. It would be a sandbox challenge this Saturday. We would give out a theme and you would need to create a sandbox application. And this is a great time to understand what you can build with sandbox or what you can do. And we're giving away a free month of Ask Codi Ultimate, and that would come with the LLM token, so you can activate all your LLMs for free even after that free month. So it's a great opportunity to get an upgraded version of Ask Codi for a month. Please join Discord and check it out. Okay, so now I'll wait for the questions. If nothing I'll close the live, and yeah, we can go from there. Okay. I don't seem to be seeing any questions in chat. So thank you so much for joining this live. It was a really great live session where I showcased various applications that's going with Ask Codi. Next week, hopefully, Sachin will be joining this chat, joining the live and showcasing the IDs and the extensions. So if you are more interested into figuring out how autocomplete is working or how the IDs or what updates are we doing there, please join the live next Wednesday. We'll be doing one every Wednesday at the same time, so looking forward to more interactions with you. Again, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, you can join Discord, where I'm usually quite active and I answer all the questions, or you can reach out to us through support, where Mahima would be there to help you with any of your needs. Thank you so much. This was a great live, and I hope to see you guys on Discord on Saturday or on the next live. Thank you. I sent a question, but you didn't answer. Okay, I got a chat just I was ending it. So it says, it's about how to fix styling, right? I did answer it. I guess you missed the live, missed that part of it, but I'll go through it very quickly once more. So I'll do this for this time for the Halloween offer. Yeah, so if you want to fix styling, the manual way is there, definitely there for you. So just go in and fix the error, fix the styling that you want, and this would be updated live. Or you can go in and ask Codi to do it. Add a paragraph. Add a paragraph theme. So this is one way you can fix styling, which is by asking Codi with a follow-up question. Just tell it what you want to fix. Basically, maybe if you want to fix spacing, if you want to fix styling. I just wanted to add a little bit more blue color into this to showcase the Codi format. So that's the styling that I'm fixing at this point. Yeah, I'll just give it a quick couple of seconds to finish. This should be a small one. They should finish fast. Okay, promo code, close, and then the styles are being fixed. It added quicksand this time because I had Arial with it, and then I can just stop just to showcase it. And now you see it became blue. It became a winter special offer. So yeah, for fixing styling, just go in, ask Codi to do it. Be as descriptive as you can, maybe even writing change the button color of red promo code to blue. That would do it. But yeah, that's one way to do it, or go in and do it manually, since it's editable and you would see it live. So if you do this, it would do it like this. So yeah, that's how you fix styling. Again, I think I'm gonna close the chat now, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us on Discord or on support. Thank you so much for this amazing live session. There was a lot of examples that we showcased, and I'm hoping to check you guys out.